hadn't really proved these things. I don't know nothing about them. I never been to war with this kind of armor, but I know what I can do with what I have, like my sling and my rocks. This is how I've killed a lot of animals that come at my sheep. I can get him. And so he said, okay, cool. David goes down. Goliath think he's gonna just, take him and kill him, and the buzzard's gonna come and get him. And David said, nah, the buzzard's gonna come and get you, bro. I'm gonna kill you. And when Goliath made his move, David ran, got that sling, got that rock out of there, boom, hit him dead in the head until the rock sunk into his forehead. And then when Goliath fell, David came, took his sword, cut his head off, and carried his head around with him. And they gave the sword to the priest, to another priest of Nob, that David will go back and get that sword a little later. But in this particular instance, he cut Goliath's head off and was carrying it with him. He's just a little boy. He's been anointed to be the king, but it haven't transferred to him yet because he's still a youth. And so Saul don't know that David is anointed king, but he knows him as the boy that plays the harp for him when the spirit comes upon him. So now he sees him as a killer, as a ruthless villain, right? His son, Saul's son, Jonathan, like, this is my guy. Boy, I love you, bro. Man, me and you together, we a team, bro. We ain't never gonna depart, man. I love you, bro. I love you like I love myself. I've been wanting a little brother like you all my life, bro. And they became best of friends. And Saul was gonna give David his daughter, Michelle. She was the promise to him, but he wasn't old enough yet. And so, but Jonathan and David became best friends. So now, the women began to make these songs about Saul killed thousands, but David kills 10,000. And Saul began to give David the side eye now, like, you just about to take over my whole kingdom, bro. You ain't been here a good week, and everybody talking about you. So y'all need to watch that song, and y'all need to play another song, cause that song right there, I ain't liking that. And so David began to grow with the people. He was making wise moves. He was staying out the way, but he didn't play when it comes to the Philistines and his belief in God. And so Saul began to seek after him to take his life, because the spirit of anxiety always follows Saul. Saul saw the spirit of God on David, and that's when David had to duck from Saul, because Saul knew that the spirit was not on with him, but he could sense that it was on David, and he acted out on David to throw an instrument at him to kill him, and David had to get away from Saul. And so that's when the issue started. When things got rough, he didn't take his time to consult God. He took it upon himself to, I could do it, let me go and get to it. And he didn't know that the spirit of anxiety was playing against him, and that this was not like a battle between him and the Philistines when you coming against David that has the spirit of God on him. So you're not going to win this battle. But him not knowing, and this anxiety is upon him, He's just going on with what his subconscious mind is telling him he should do. And so he began to seek out David. And David was showing him on several occasions, I could kill you, but you have been anointed by God. So I wouldn't dare put my hands on that because I fear God and not you. Saul not seeing it that way. And I guess in his mind, he was saying, well, yeah, I'm going to take you. It's just a matter of time before I get you, but I'm going to get you, right? And when that spirit of anxiety is not on him, he may be calm for a minute, then some will spark it, right? Some will trigger him. Then, no, I got to go get, just the mention of David's name would trigger him to go seek after David again. He could have killed you. He cut part of your garment and said, like, I could have killed you while you were asleep. Yeah, you could have got me then, bro. I appreciate that you didn't kill me. So this next time David's name is mentioned by someone, he gets triggered. Now he want to go try to get David again. So he goes into these trenches, into these woods, into these caves. Okay, you're not in no palace. You out here in the wilderness now, bro. And so David had been out here for a minute. He learned to live in these elements just like Moses. And so when Saul coming to get him this time, he falls asleep in a cave. And David took his spear and his bottle of water just to let him know, I could have killed you again. But now this man who told you about me, who I saw when I went to go visit the priest, and I went and got the sword of Goliath, the same one I killed Goliath with. I took that sword from the priest, and your guy was there. He saw me with the priest. He went back and told you. But at the same time, he can't even protect you because he let me come up and take this spear that was by your head in your water, and he was asleep. So Saul had killed the priest and all his men for giving David the sword and provisions to eat, right? This is how far gone he was. This is how we lose ourselves when we don't have the Spirit of God upon us. We begin to take off in the wrong direction. And it's hard to put the brakes on when you don't even know the road that you're on and which means you're traveling on, right? Because spirits of evilness can come upon you and take you over, and you don't even know which one it is, right? Any of those spirits could take you out without the Spirit of God to put the brakes on from that. So Saul continued to pursue David, right? This jealousy, right? And David was the smallest among his brothers, the no count. They didn't think that he could ever be anything great, right? He didn't have that status. He didn't have none of that, right? No one ever really know of him. He's just the shepherd boy off in the woods somewhere. Nobody even knows his name. No followers, no subscribers, no nothing. But God had anointed him and placed some upon him, and he had the heart of God, and he would soon battle his own things within himself. We can get off into the story of him and Bathsheba, right? There's a lot of things to cover when it comes to David and some of the things that he did and how he cried out to God. That is the proper way to handle all of these other spirits that come among us. And that is the difference between David's heart and Saul's anxiety. One went to God about the situation, and one tried to take care of the situations on his own. And this is the lesson that we have to learn, that we have to keep God in our lives if we want to get past a lot of these things that can overcome us. Thank you for watching this video.